Can you imagine growing up in Nepal knowing that only 1 in 4 young people ever finish upper secondary school, and almost none of them are the poorest rural students? Today I'm asking the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology to back a targeted equitable access package that gives those students a real chance to finish school, not just start it. On paper the story looks encouraging. This first graph shows Nepal's lower secondary completion rate rising sharply over the past 2 decades, appearing close to universal. But when we look at learning, fewer than half of grade 5 students are meeting basic reading or requirement benchmarks, and this tells us a different story. Children are in school, but they're not learning what they need. These national averages hide a much deeper problem. This bar chart shows upper secondary completion by household wealth. Only around 10% of the poorest students finish, compared with almost 60% from the richest quintile. So opportunity in Nepal is still tightly tied to wealth. Without changing who can stay in school, quality reforms risk the widening inequality gap. A strong opposing view argues that Nepal should prioritize quality first. The proficiency chart shows more than half the students falling below minimum levels in reading and maths, and the performance dropping by lower secondary. With limited funding, critics claim expanding access across will stretch resources and dilute quality. The counter-argument is that access and quality are not competing priorities. In fact, access enables quality. The bubble chart on the left shows that districts with the longest travel times and highest poverty rates also have the lowest literacy. Students in these areas are effectively shut out before quality reforms can even reach them. And when Nepal has reduced travel barriers, the rural-urban environment gap has already begun to narrow. Access enables quality, because students need to attend consistently for teacher training and curriculum changes to make an impact. So my call to action is specific. Ministry of Education should implement a 5-year equitable access package targeting the 20th highest needs districts through scholarships, transport subsidies or bus routes, and basic boarding for remote students. Comparable programs suggest a cost of US dollars 15 to 20 million per year, under 1% of Nepal's education budget, but focus where each dollar has the greatest impact. The Ministry of Education is the sole decision maker with the authority and budget to implement national scholarships, transport support and boarding facilities. You're the only body that can turn this package into a national policy, and with your leadership you can help us make a meaningful change for the students who are left behind. This directly advances SDG 4.1, ensuring equitable access to quality secondary education. UNICEF and the World Bank are essential supporting partners and not decision makers. They already fund access and equity programs in Nepal and can provide co-financing, technical expertise and scaling capacity. By partnering with them, the Ministry of Education can turn a targeted investment into a long-lasting national transformation. To summarize, Nepal appears close to universal access, but the poorest rural students are still feeling left behind, and many are not mastering basic skills. By investing a small targeted share of the education budget in access, you, the Ministry of Education, can ensure quality reforms benefit all students, not just the most advantaged. Because ultimately, no child's future should depend on where they were born. Thank you to the Ministry of Education for considering this proposal.